Hello everyone, welcome to Cloud Medici, and today in this video I'll try to tell you some of the tricks by which you can easily and quickly identify the options in AWS Solution Architect or AWS Cloud Practitioner. So let's begin. So few general tips. The first tips is read the last line of the question first. Instead of start from the beginning, I would rather recommend you to read the last line and try to understand the expectation, and then go through the entire question and the options. So by which you can quickly identify the correct options. Okay. The next tip is, if you are not at all sure, go for elimination method. So if you are not at all sure the options, try to eliminate the wrong options and then choose the right one. The third is, AWS always expect to use their own service. So instead of writing your own code or writing your own application or use third-party application, they just want to use their applications, their services, right? So just keep in this mind. And many times small options are correct. So many times we have seen there are big questions and big answers. So the correct answer may be the answers that is having one or two liners. Then during choosing an option, keep in mind that the security and cost effectiveness is one of the key points. Okay. Now, AWS new services are not expected rather than old services. So AWS keep changing and creating their new services. So try to select those services instead of selecting old services. Okay. Now few service related tips. First one is, if you were thinking of a production related EC2 instance, go for a reserved instance. It will be much cost efficient. And then if your EC2 instance can be interrupted and can be used for small batch processing, then go for spot instance or spot feed. Third is, if you already know, this is the most important one, if you already know when your instance will be required, then go for scheduled instance. Okay. Now the fourth one, this is also most important. If you see the decoupling in the options or the question, go for skills. Then fifth one, for web API hosting, the best option is take API gateway and AWS Lambda. The sixth one is, if you don't know how frequent your S3 bucket object will be used, go for intelligent tiering. Number 7, if you want to most cost effectiveness in S3, go for S3 one zone IA. So one zone IA is most cost effective, but it is hosted only one zone, so it is not highly available. So then to remember the instance in EC2, you can remember like this. For memory optimized, it starts with R for RAM. For compute optimized, it starts with C for compute. And for accelerated computing, it's G for GPU. Okay. The ninth, for scaling rule, the most important thing. So in scaling rule, if the multi-edge instances are available, then the oldest configuration one will be terminated first. Okay. 10th, EIP is only charged, elastic IP will be only charged if the underlying EC2 is not running or stopped and you haven't terminated the EIP, then only it will be charged. High performance computing, think for EFA, elastic fabric center. Then one important 12th, shared Windows network drive. In AWS we have FSX and Linux cluster. Then 13, use ALB. ALB works in layer 7 for any HTTP or HTTPS or web socket related traffic. Use application load balancer, or for any network related or high performance related stuff, use for network load balancer, which is works in layer 4, but try to avoid in CLP, classic load balancer. Then static website hosting. If you get this question, the correct option will be choose S3 and CloudFront. Okay. Then access DynamoDB private. For DynamoDB and S3 privately, you need to use VPC endpoint. So as you know, DynamoDB and S3 are required internet to access, but to connect in a private manner, you can use VPC endpoint. Now 16. AWS always prefer snapshot for backup and transfer. 17. S3 is single point of storage for all S3 related stuff like report and snapshot. So whatever reports or snapshots are there, you need to pay only for the S3, and it is stored in S3. And if you see when you read traffic, try to think read replica instead of multiplication. If you see shape puppet in the question, the answer will be AWS offshore. And if the question asks to block any specific IP address or any set of IP address, the first option is AWS network firewall, and then the next option will be NSA, but not security. Security does not support VLAN use. Now, 21. S3 support two styles of bucket. One is virtual hosted style, one is path-based hosted style. This you need to remember, but the easy thing to remember is here you can see the bucket name, and here the beginning you can see the bucket name. And 22nd, so Redis cache is used to store any SQL query or complex object, but in most of the case it will be Redis cache. But if you see threading or multi-threading in caching, so you need to choose memcached. Only one case it will be memcached. Otherwise, if you need to choose any cache, it will be for sure Redis cache. It can store complex object. Okay. If you need to store data, small data, and do a small analysis, instead of storing it to a different warehouse or Redshift, store it to S3 and select Athena to use Athena to analyze the object. For real-time data image, if you see the real-time, it will be Kinesis data stream. Now, how to improve performance of Kinesis data stream? You need to improve the charts. Now, 26. Developer quickly develop the code without creating the infrastructure. So that is AWS Beanstalk. 27. To secure S3 object, MFA should be enabled and the versioning should be also enabled.